Hello and welcome back to the B.O.T podcast.
Today, it's time to wake up. Scott, do you know what your purpose in life is? It's a hard question, isn't it? It's a really tough one.
No, I don't know what my purpose in life is, but I've definitely like tapped into a world that other people haven't tapped into yet, which is day and night trying to find out what that answer is.
Yeah.
So, asking me like what my purpose is, I haven't figured that out yet. But you better believe that I am doing whatever I can to try and figure out that exact question.
Okay, so in your day-to-day life, do you ever sit there and think like, why was I actually put on this earth? Why am I here? Why do I exist?
Yeah,
Does that ever strike you? Or?
Yeah, of course. Like that's a biggie, that, isn't it? You know, for everyone. I think deep down, like, you know, the sole reason for everyone's anxiety or everyone's depression or depressive thoughts, like, stems from exactly that question.
Reason,
yeah, like, of course you should be soul searching every single day, and if you're that lost and you're that, you know, if you question every single day, or even if you're not even thinking about it, if that's not even a question in your mind, you need to wake the fuck up. Wake up and start doing whatever you can to try and search for that reason in your own life.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it, like, when we were kids, we had all these crazy aspirations in life, like, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be a famous actor in Hollywood, and, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then as we grow up, I think we become more and more acceptive of, you know, I'm only capable of being a postman, or no offense to postmen, but like, I'm only capable of doing this, when really those people have the capabilities to do much more than that.
Okay, let's say no offense to postman, but hello, Mr. Postman. Did you tell yourself as a kid you want to be a postman?
Song, isn't it? Hello, Mr. Postman. Sure,
is that a song? No, it's not a song. But no, let me say out loud, like, you know, I don't want to offend no one, but at the same time, Mr. Postman, did you tell your parents?
That's a song, you know, we'll have to look it up after this. I'm sure it's a song.
Hey, Mr.
It's
not Postman. I can't believe. We'll figure it out anyway. But on a serious note, like, no, Mr. Postman, you didn't you didn't say as a young child I want to deliver post to the public. That wasn't your calling. Like,
and let's be honest, it wasn't. So my problem is when people look at their idols, so they look at their most favourite singers and their most favourite actors, etc., YouTube stars, stuff like that, and they think, oh, they're just famous because they're born talented. That bullshit, you know what I mean? They don't see the grind that those people went through to get to that point. They just look and think, oh, the celebrities because they're celebrities. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Oh yeah, like overnight success. Yeah, it doesn't.
All that stuff.
I don't feel like that actually exists unless you got like a video that goes viral and all of a sudden you're just one of those superstar.
Yeah, you can be born into fame and all kinds, but if you look at the typical story of most celebrities, they went through a rough time before they got to where they was, and people just choose to ignore that, and they don't realise that those people went through the struggles they had to go through for years to get to the point where they are now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the main people in that scenario is Kevin Hart. You ever listen to him?
Yeah, the comedian. Yeah,
he's brilliant. Like he like obviously says people all of a sudden was like, oh wow, this Kevin Hart guy, he must have got so lucky. He just came out of nowhere. You know, but the fact is, he was working 20 years, like, getting told no.
They didn't see the countless nights in the shitty little pubs doing stand-up acts and
sleeping on a couch, you know, like all of that stuff. No one sees that. You know, they see the glory and they want to see, you know, they want to picture it as overnight success. So we've got the capability of doing that, but you know that's just an illusion that the media prevails.
I think that causes a problem then, though, because everyone just expects the results without climbing the actual mountain. and they don't realise that you're going to fall off that mountain several times, and until you can get back up that mountain, you'll never reach the top, you know what I mean? You're not going to just be able to somehow teleport up to the top. You need to climb your way up, and you will fail numerous times.
I think that's a good message for your generation, if I'm honest. Like, I mean, how old are you now? 19? So, like, what I'd say for the millennials who are just literally finding their feet in this world, you just left school, like, the world's not given to you. You can't just assume that everything's going to be there waiting for you once you've finished your degree or you've left school and you've got your first job. Like, you're only just about to find your feet. So really have a good think about who you are and what you want to be in life, and chase that. Stop, bullshitting yourself thinking that it can all be there handed to you, because it ain't. Believe me, work is needed. And you know that, like, to be honest, I'm very shocked at yourself, to be fair. Like, for a young 19-year-old boy, like, where your head's at is a lot different to the 19-year-olds that I knew or I know today. Massively.
Yeah, and adding on to what you were saying then about the younger generation, you will get caught up in partying, and you will get caught up with school, and you'll think, why am I going to school every day, I don't enjoy it or whatever, and you'll get caught up with like partying, alcohol and stuff like that, and it's like a big web. But if you go a little bit deeper, you could almost say that is a system that's set up to...
It's designed to make you fail.
Exactly, yeah.
It's designed, everything is, it's predetermined, it's ready there waiting for you. Oh mate, it's ready there waiting for you. Like, none of us choose this life. Like, you're born into a world that you never chose. So if you think about it, it's designed in a way that's it's setting you up for failure, but it's how you act on your fail. Like, so if you fail at something, is that going to crumble you for the rest of your life? Are you going to look at that and say, right, I'm going to learn from this, I'm going to progress, I'm going to take that information, I'm going to work on the next project, and I'm going to make it better than I've ever done. That's how it should be. So it's designed, you've got no control over it. They're doing things that you can't control, so you're born into this system. But how are you going to take that information? How are you going to take your failures, and where are you going to lead yourself to?
Exactly. And I mean, as I was growing up, I was always told by my older siblings or my dad or whoever, don't fuck around in school, I regret it, or don't go around with people who waste your time and energy and stuff like that. And growing up as a little kid, you just think, oh, shut up, dad, or shut up, whoever, you know what I mean? But as you get older, you do start to realise, shit, I wish I would have listened to them. And people now might be watching this thinking, oh, stop like giving me a lecture, basically. But it's not, it really isn't. This is more like a wisdom sort of video. It's more like this knowledge is really like good to have, because when you go through life acknowledging the fact that there's more to it than what you're caged into, like this box, like what we like to call it, you know what I mean? There's more to life, and people just don't seem to realise that, and it really frustrates me, that. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get it. Like, to be fair, for me, it's like when I look back at school, because I see it as a system, as a way of trying to, direct you in a certain way. I nearly fell for it. Like, I look back now and I think I nearly fell for that whole thing, which was, looking back, it was designed to make me a factory worker, a labourer, a builder. Go and get yourself a trade. I had teachers that told me I need to go and be a plumber, a builder, a bricklayer. That's all he kept saying
because
to me.
Because that industry is booming in this country. For example, in Germany.
At the time it was.
Germany is the lead in engineering. They make the best cars and the best machinery and stuff like that. So in university in Germany, they sort of push the students towards engineering, because they know that industry is booming, and in the long run, it'll make that country more money.
Prosperous.
And that's the way I look at the education system personally.
And that's, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was kind of rebellious in school. Like, I didn't listen to teachers, always in trouble. Couldn't give a fuck about my grades. I was more interested in, like, who I was impressing, the girls and the lads I was hanging around with.
For me, it was more like a tug of war. Like sometimes I'd be like, you know what, fuck the system, fuck the school, the grades and everything. Other times I'd be like, shit, I need to like sort me, otherwise my life's gonna be screwed, because that's the way I was sort of told to think.
Yeah. See, whereas you would be in like the middle of a tug and war, I'd made my decision in school. Like I made my decision. I was like, the other side can go fuck themselves. I am a 100% on my own foot, you know, like.
But you do realise people watching this, like some people anyway, will think, oh, you used to fuck around in school.
Yeah, like,
you didn't care. Like,
no, like that's
100%.
Like that's 100%. Like, you know, even like people now to this day will look at this now and say, I remember him in school, little tearaway, and I was like 100%. I was.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine, like, if I would have looked back and the people that were doing well, getting the grades, they went to universities, got the degrees, and I can only ask, where are you now?
Exactly.
Like that's all I can ask. I mean, I don't know personally. I'm not going to mention names or anything, but you know, where are you now? Like, when you wasted all them years, I feel like I've got the confidence, the attitude to progress in the things that I want to do. Like things like this, where I don't care what your opinion is of how you think, you know, what we're doing here is, whether it's cool, whether it's not. I couldn't care less.
A lot of the people who are like hating on what we're doing with the podcast, like I haven't seen those people in years, and I mean, I can like straight away I just think, oh, it's out of spite, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like I start to think, like, what are you really enjoying your life? Do you know what I mean? Like working like 30-hour weeks and stuff, doing, you know, things that you really truly don't like soul wrenching jobs. You know what I mean? I think that's how Joe Rogan describes it in that video.
Definitely.
And it's true. Do you know what I mean? It really is true.
I mean, I've been there for like, when did I leave school? About 15 years ago. So like, I've been through the mill, and I've had them jobs repeatedly. I've tried soul searching throughout them, like labouring jobs on site, like air conditioning, to office jobs, like working with car parts, to gym memberships, like the lot. I've done it all. Like, not at all, but I've done enough to say, have I found my happiness amongst all of that? And believe me, you don't find any happiness in someone else's dream.
Exactly.
Like, no one else. You can't work for someone else and expect happiness. And that's truly my belief. Anyone that knows me personally will verify, you know, that's my belief. And whether I'm proving it now or not, whether I'm going to make it on my own, I don't know, but I'm going to do everything I can to try.
I think it's important to accept the fact that it is okay, though, if you are lost and you don't know what you're really doing with your life. That's okay. We're only human at the end of the day, and 100%. We're all going to experience that. Everyone is. It's not so much that you've got something out there waiting for you and you can just, one day you're just going to walk straight into that, because if you have that mindset, then you're going to get nowhere. It's more, what are you willing to struggle for? What are you willing to fight for every day and wake up and try and push that ambition to get to the point where you're happy? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there isn't this day where you're just ultimately happy. Look at most celebrities; they're not fully happy with their lives. They're still not satisfied.
I think with the likes of them, it's they were sold a dream that wasn't
what they expected.
Yeah, like it wasn't a dream.
Look at Robin Williams, for example, like one of the greatest actors, comedians, and he was so depressed behind the scenes. People didn't realise this because he was so happy and jolly on camera, and he committed suicide. And it just shows that, you know, it's not all about the possessions or anything like that. It's more about what you truly want to be, because for all we know, Robin Williams might have wanted to be like something else other than an actor. You know what I mean?
The message he wanted to portray to the world was different to what the movies portrayed him as. Like,
well, yeah. If you could go into the whole, like, Hollywood have some of their actors like puppets on strings and stuff like that, but you could go into that, but it's like that with most corporations and most. And I
think that's what's happening on a daily basis with just normal modern life. You know, your everyday person. I feel like, you know, the middle class. We're selling our souls every single day to corporations, to companies that could not give two shits about you. And if you were to disappear tomorrow, they would replace you in a second.
In a second, though, like.
In a second, like they wouldn't care. So, like the message for this episode, I would say, would be for us to try and wake you up and make you realise that you shouldn't be doing what you're doing today. You can justify it any way you want. Any way you want, you can say, well, I like the people. I like, my boss, he's dead cool. He lets me have time off to do what I've got to do so that I can balance my work life and my home life. You can say all you want, but you weren't designed, you weren't put on this earth for that reason.
Exactly, and we're not saying that we're gonna tell you what you should be, and we're not trying to sort of sway you in a certain direction or anything like that. Instead, think of it as more like a little push, a little shove, a little like waking you up basically to what's actually happening around you, and you need to realise that it's all about what makes you happy as a person individually, not what your boss likes or not what your friends like, what makes you happy, and that's what it's all about, do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like for me, I like the analogy, right? So tell me if you can't relate to this, and I know you all can, so listen to these words. So you inside your workplace now, you were presented a world you knew nothing about, and even if you felt like you knew a little bit about it, you didn't. When you were presented in this new workplace, it was a new world. Now think of the movie The Matrix, and you'll probably be like, oh, stop it, you conspiracy theorist. Yeah, you conspiracy theorist. But let's have let's put it side by side. So you've just been presented a world you knew nothing about, and you've got to integrate yourself into this world. So let's see that as the point where it's, do you want to take the red pill or the blue pill? So you decide to take the red pill, which is, I'm going to accept this as my new life, my new job. You take the red pill, you go down this world, and all of a sudden you're not happy. You feel this just isn't right for me. I don't feel like this is what I was designed to do. And you start having your meltdowns, you go home, you're in a bad mood, you take it out on your own family, your own children, your husband, your boyfriend, whatever. You start feeling like, I'm depressed, this isn't for me, but I'm going to stick it out because the people are fine and it pays me bills.
You take the blue pill, and the next day you wake up in a gaff at Toffee at 6 a.m. in the morning.
That could be it. That could be it. Yeah, the blue pill could just be a party pill. No. But like on a serious note, like, you've got a choice. Are you going to take this job? This is a job that's presented. It's not what you want to do in life, but here's the job. You take the blue pill and you go down that road, yeah? So you've took the blue pill, 6 months into the job, you realise you're so unhappy, but you're like a few people in there, so you're going to stick around. But then one day you have that moment where you feel like you're about to flip tables, and we've all been there. You've been there, I've been there, you've been there. Like we want to flip a table and say, do you know what? Fuck this. This is not what I signed up to. I am not this person. You can't tell me when to go to the toilet. I'm not going to put my hand up to tell you what I feel. All of that, like them feelings.
It's always sugar-coated when it's first presented to you, but then
of course,
as you get deeper and deeper, the shit gets revealed, doesn't it? Like,
so let's say you're 6 months in. You've explained, you've signed up to it. You've took the blue pill. You're happy, or the red pill, whatever. So you're involved, and you feel like, I'm depressed. I can't cope with this. So then you start acting in a way of, well, I couldn't give a fuck if I get sacked or not, because I can go and get the same type of job, minimum wage, what have you. Like, I'll just leave this place, no problem. It won't affect the company, it won't affect me. I'll just go to another job. But that's kind of a glitch in the matrix. So that's where the agents come in. Imagine the agent of the matrix being your boss at work. So when you see a glitch in the matrix, it's you realizing something doesn't feel right. So I'm not designed to be here. This isn't what I set out to do with my life. But then You get someone who's employed to come in, he swoops into the building, tells you, listen lad, you need to carry on doing what you're doing. You're doing great. Everything's fine. It's normal. We're going to give you this incentive, this amount of money, a voucher. Just keep doing what you're doing. And you'll be where you want to be. That's an agent of the Matrix who wants you to be somewhere you never intended to be in the first place.